we're going to check out the ninjas that were born all on the same day, and that is today, December 21st. If you like history, if you like seeing how things are unified together by something as specific as one date, and then also beautifully arbitrary, you may be interested in this. Or if you're just fans of any of these people or in history itself. Today's date, if you are born December 21st, that means you're a Sagittarius, and it's actually the last day of Sagittarius. There's a new Zodiac sign, I guess, that starts tomorrow. But we are going to flip the calendar and use it as kind of a mirror and just a tribute to some of the remarkable things that you can do when you're born in this here world with 10 fingers, 10 toes, or however many you were born with, and 24 hours in each day. So 10, 10, 24. Remember that. That's what you got. Unless you don't have that many fingers because something happened, or toes. You know, it's not all about fingers and toes. It's not all about arms and legs, but that 24 hours in a day, that's pretty significant. But these people are some innovators, creators, athletes, thinkers, and they didn't just show up for work and just go home. They altered the trajectory of what was possible for them, and some of it what is possible for us. We're going to look at these Sagittariuses, including, what is Sagittarius actually? This is the last day of it, and it says that they are known for curiosity, boldness, restlessness, and an almost aggressive sense of optimism. Almost aggressively optimistic. Sag energy says aim high, wander far, question everything, and never stop expanding. I like that, and that's perfect for the Not Just Ninjas mindset that sometimes we have to remind ourselves day in, day out, multiple times in a day. Let's get it started. We go to 1795 in Wiehe, Prussia. How many people can tell me where Prussia is? What borders Prussia? I can't. It'd be nice to, but here in the United States, we know like what borders our state, but you go over to Prussia and where that is, and not quite sure. But 1795, Leopold von Ranke. He was a historian, considered like he transformed how historians will tell history. He kind of looked into it as a science by insisting on primary sources. You get your history from a primary source, eyewitness account, original documentation, and that broke away from look at what was said earlier and then just say the same thing again and build and keep building on that. So it's what I like is that he focused on history. He called it source-based history. History is not just what you read in a book. It's also who wrote that book and where did that come from, and all the sources. That's why documentation is so significant. Maybe he had a lot to do with that back in the early 1800s when he was doing this thing. But he said he didn't just write history. He rebuilt the method of studying it to show what actually happened. We go flash way forward. We're going to go to Buena Vista, Georgia for the next ninja, Josh Gibson. Have you ever heard that name? We had a baseball reference, actually really related baseball reference just yesterday in Branch Rickey. One of the greatest power hitters in baseball history. Interesting because he was voted into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame, however, never played in the major leagues. Guess what league he played in? That's right, the Negro Leagues. He hit home runs that were, people said they were just tape measure jobs. They were astounded by his power. So it's just one of those things. We got to accept that he never got to play with, you know, the recognizable names of the major leagues. That's what everybody kind of wishes. And the sad thing is he died really young, like 35 years old. And that was only 3 months before Jackie Robinson broke into the major leagues. Kind of sucks, but you know, it's not about sucking. It's just about honoring and saying, man, Josh Gibson could smash. He could rake. The next name we're going to go to is Werner von Trapp. I quickly skimmed through and I saw Werner von Trapp, the Von Trapp family. So how many people knew that the Von Trapps from The Sound of Music were a real family, real bunch of singers with a governess who was a nun, who helped them all, like, you know, run their household and run those kids around. I think maybe I'd heard that before, this Austrian family that learned how to sing together and everything. And obviously it didn't go exactly like it did in the movie. Anybody who says that, hey, it's not how it really was. It's a movie and it shows amazing potential. And in that particular one, it showed frickin' Julie Andrews, a bazillion watts of charisma and talent. One of the best movies of all time. Just that opening shot, the hills are alive shot, forget it. Anyway, Werner von Trapp, he was a singer of the real Von Trapp family singers. They had to flee Nazi occupation in Austria, and they just rebuilt their lives through music. So he was just one of those kids, and his quote was, "Music is a refuge." Say it again. We're gonna go from Werner von Trapp to, who was born in Austria, to Sweden. Gert Fredriksson, 1919, Nyköping, Sweden. One of the greatest sprint canoeists in history, 6 Olympic gold medals over 3 Olympic Games. That is stunning. And we want to include, like, sometimes sports that don't get all the big, you know, big 3, big 5 sports recognition that other ones do. So when I read something that said he is widely regarded as the greatest canoe racer of all time, I think that's worth noting. Because if I asked you quickly, hey, just top of your head, who's the greatest canoe racer in history? Freaking now you can say Gert Fredriksson. And he said in his quote, strength comes with daily work. Not just work sometimes, daily. All right, from Sweden in 1919, we're gonna go to 1948, Washington, D.C., and we're gonna go to Samuel L. Jackson. Major film success not until his mid-40s. Remember that. It's a hard game. He was very good by the time from freaking Pulp Fiction came out. He had been working quite a lot and taking it very seriously. And now, timeless roles. Hilarious dude. Just asking us what's in our wallet about 100 times a day and giving us a lot of memories. And his quote is, I haven't even read this one yet. This is like really rushed because I have to get to work myself. He said, "I've never been afraid to go after what I want." Damn. Good quote. Right there from Samuel Jackson, we're going to stay in the film and cinema world. You know who Jeffrey Katzenberg is? Also born this day, Sagittarius. Studio executive, helped lead Disney's animation renaissance. You're thinking Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and then he co-founded DreamWorks. where they saw this this digital storytelling on the way. He redefined, you know, how some of those movies got to us with that animation. And this is an interesting quote, looking at it for you, from Jeffrey Katzenberg. Hi. I can't read these comments really. I see comments though, so thank you. It's something that we haven't been getting so far. Jeffrey Katzenberg's quote is, "If you don't bet on yourself, nobody else will." Bet on yourself. Are you betting on yourself today? Got to. We're going to go to Chris Everett, born in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, same day, Sagittarius, tennis legend, icon, known for her ice cold composure. No matter how high the stakes were, who the competition was, just freaking precise with her game. 18 Grand Slam singles titles. They say she transformed the mental side of tennis and took consistency to an art form. And that goes with her quote, which is that strength lies in quiet confidence. From, I mean, the same confidence that Samuel Jackson was talking about, right there, boom. Ray Romano, let's see, born in Queens, New York. This guy, I remember reading about Ray Romano once, that his show, I mean, I think there's a lot of like nobody's ever made this much money from a show before, but he was definitely one of those guys. Ray Romano, Everybody Loves Raymond. He was just raking it in, and he's hilarious. It's one of those multifamily sitcoms. You put it on, you're waiting for your oil to get changed. It's on TV. It's just like every episode's gonna make you laugh somehow. Feel good stuff. He said, if you can laugh at life, it can't break you. Keep on trying to laugh. From Ray Romano, man, should we do Kiefer Sutherland? Yeah, born in England. I didn't know he was born in England. Seems like an American dude. He was known for back in the day playing a vampire in The Lost Boys, and then on 24, and then a bunch of other TV roles. He said, fear is the enemy of creativity. So remember that from Kiefer Sutherland. We go to kind of maybe, I don't know, the headliner. This seems like the headliner of this particular day. Florence Griffith Joyner, born in 1959, Los Angeles, California. Fastest woman in history still, according to AI. FloJo's 1988 world records in the 100 and 200 meter have never been broken. Just speed. She had style, a smile, discipline. It was like art. I remember being a young kid, and it was just heroism, red, white, and blue. We're doing this, and she was the one doing it. And she said, the only limitations are the ones you put on yourself. FloJo, Florence Griffith Joyner. Just a legend. We're going to go from that to the digital tech world. Tim Sweeney, born this same frickin' day. The founder of Epic Games, creator of Unreal Engine, and one of the architects, it says, of Fortnite, one of the biggest platforms on the planet. Must have worked hard, must have worked a ton, and his quote is, the future is built by creators. And the last one was, is he? Yeah, the president of a country, France, Emmanuel Macron, born in 1977 in Amiens, France. The youngest president in the history of France. And his quote is, the only way to win is to refuse fear. Yeah. So that's it. You could be a sprinter. You could be whatever it is that you do. And you can be a whole lot more than that. And we all can be. 10 fingers, 10 toes, and 24 hours in a day. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And check out some of the other videos. and leave a comment. We have more coming, hopefully. Thank you.